This is not my line. This is her night line. Her line. It's fight night bitches.
Do you think maybe your life goals would have changed when you were younger in your BALCO days if one of your athletes died?
Of course.
Has anyone ever come close? Never hospitalized? All right. You think now when you look back on your life, you'll be 70 very soon. If you were to do it all over again, after you finished Herbie Hancock, you finished touring as a musician, what do you think you would do if you were able to go back in time and change your life?
You know something? I've thought about this a lot. I wouldn't want to go through all this again. I would not. But when I think about selectively being there at the Olympic Games with Marion Jones when she ran 10:75 in the 100 meters, and it was a triple fold out in Sports Illustrated. She won by over 4 meters. It was raining. It was cold, horrible. These other girls that got the silver and bronze had run way faster. She would have probably broke Flojo's world record under good conditions. Wow. Being there and watching that performance and being a part of that, and being in the AT&T Stadium, sitting right by first base, watching Barry Bonds smash home runs into McCovey Cove and becoming the greatest all-time hitter as well as a single-season record holder, and being there and a part of that, and whatever small part that I played in any of the athletes' successes over the years, I don't think I would want to take those moments away.
Now, if you were to give yourself, your younger self advice, what would you give yourself? What would you tell yourself?
Well, I always tell all the athletes, and my kids know this, and that is the saying, the only way to win big is to bet big. And my parents really were not risk takers, and they bet small in many ways in their life, and I think they could have done a lot more, but they just didn't want to take the risk. And I became determined that I'm going to go for the home run. I'm not going to be a guy trying to bunt or a guy trying to hit a single. I'm going to go for the home run. And what you have to understand is that every single season, if you go back and you look at the statistics, let's just isolate Major League Baseball, the same guys who hit the most home runs also have the most strikeouts. So you can't win big unless you bet big. And that was a choice that I made at a young age, that I was going to go for it. I was going to drop out of school. I was going to be a so-called junior college dropout, that you know, I wanted to be a rock star. I wanted to play with great musicians. I wanted to travel all over the world. I believed that I could do it. At 18 years old, the first time I moved to Los Angeles, I found a little book called The Science of Mind magazine. Mm-hmm. And that's there is a book called Science of Mind that's written by Ernest Holmes and was published in 1927. And I believe every word in that book. And it's a simple philosophy, which is thoughts become things. And your mind is like a fertile garden of soil. And if you put in money trees, you'll grow money. And if you put in weeds, you'll grow weeds. And if you put in happy thoughts, you'll get happiness. And if you put in sad thoughts, so you got to have a little gatekeeper, they call it, to make sure that you don't dwell on negativity, because that's what you'll get. And there's a saying that when you look in the mirror, what you see is a mathematical reflection of your life and your thoughts. And there's nobody else to blame. If you don't like the way your hair looks, then comb it. So I've really created this life that I've lived. And like I say, I was, you know, the only way to put this is if I was driving from San Francisco to Sacramento, and I go at 60 miles an hour, it takes me 2 hours to get there. If I go 120 miles an hour, I get there in an hour. So that's the advantage. The disadvantage is If you blow a tire at going 60, you go thump, 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 and pull over. Blow a tire at 120, you might kill yourself and everybody else in the car. So I decided that I wanted to see how fast I could get from San Francisco to Sacramento. And there was a time when I crashed and a lot of people got hurt, and I'll always be remorseful and feel bad about that. But I've learned that I'm going to have to live with that for the rest of my life. It's not going to go away. So I'm okay with that. I like I say, I would like to become a role model for people that have made mistakes like me, and really show people that we do live in a society of second chances.
Okay. And if you had to give someone a budding future Victor Conte BALCO-esque type of person that wants to be someone like you to help do PEDs and whatnot, what would be your advice for them?
Stay away. It's not worth it. A lot of people don't realize from 1984 until 2000, when I went down the slippery slope, 16 years of success doing exactly what I'm doing now. And then that short period of time from 2000 to 2003 that I did go down the slippery slope. And of course, ever since 2006, when I got out, everyone knows that I met with USADA multiple times. I met with WADA. I've done everything I can to help to create a better, more effective testing program for athletes of the future. But what I've done in the last decade in boxing, no one associated with me has taken drugs. No one has tested positive. I have not given any drugs to anybody, and yet I'm still successful. More so successful now than ever before, but a lot of the athletes are successful as well.
All right. Well, Victor, it is, you will be 70, and I'm happy that you were able to share your story. This was your real fight that a lot of people didn't realize. You were a professional musician. That was your love, your true love, your baby before BALCO was even born and before SNAC was even born. But I'm happy that you were able to tell your story from your own mouth and some stories. Go ahead.
The only disappointing thing is you didn't tell anybody that you really are my niece.
I know, huh? No, we are. You're Italian. I mean, it's crazy. You had to even tell me the meaning of our last name. I would say Conte, and then, but since I do it with an accent, it's Conte. So everyone, yeah. So I'm like, forget it. I wish you were still playing. I wish you were still playing your bass and come out.
Someday.
I need to see. Can you do your little walking fish movement with your bass guitar? Come on, Uncle Victor.
You can find it on YouTube.
I think I know what you're talking about. The way you walk I think I do. You fought for your family, you fought for yourself. At 70 years old, you're coming back strong. You're the phoenix rising from the ashes.
Some people have said that. Next time you come up, I'll take you a ride in my new car.
Oh, I know. My new car soon.